another episode of.
Don't even say the number, because to be honest, I don't even know.
I don't know. We filmed too much. Have we even uploaded the last few?
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, we have. Yes.
We uploaded it. That was the breakdown of.
Yes.
Anyway,
I
we're
agree.
gonna move past that. We're not gonna talk about that one.
Move on. We're back again.
We're not gonna talk about that one.
Hopefully.
So we are back again. I just wanna say a couple of quick things. The video we put up on TikTok, the Bilal Muhammad video.
One thing that you guys got to know about me is that I'm a rage baiter. So I will rage bait as much as I can to get these little.
Did.
I called people little casuals. I started making fun of my beard.
Someone came at you, bro. They were like, "Grow a beard, little bro."
Literally, bro. All these guys.
Bro, someone said they were like, they're just letting anyone out here do podcasts.
Yeah, bro.
Right?
I thrive. Off
My
angles.
response was, I was like, "There's got to be like a verification process,
At least.
or something." I was like, "Everyone out here
should've
like
got
the Wild
scouted.
West." I was like, "It's the Wild West out here."
We're out here, bro. We're out here.
But anyway, yeah, people are just getting triggered over
That
this.
Bilal Muhammad video made a lot of people angry.
It did,
but
yeah. Because we were speaking facts.
we thrive off.
We
the
were
anger.
speaking facts.
Oh, bro. We even got racist people saying.
Anyway, you know what? Let's jump straight into it.
Wait, racist people saying, what's it called? If we weren't the same ethnic group as Bilal, then we would have never supported him.
Bro, one thing I don't... Obviously, this episode is not sponsored by Sprite or anything.
Yeah, hide that shit, bro.
One thing I don't understand,
Sponsor us
right,
though, innit?
is... Like, the amount of hate Bilal Muhammad gets is... Everything just... It's basic, bro. Like, you look at... His fighting style is exactly the same as Colby Covington.
You don't see it though.
But you don't see Colby Covington
it.
getting hate.
'Cause
This
it's-
guy's got three title shots. Undeserved title shots. Let's be honest. He beat Robbie Lawler. Respect to Robbie Lawler.
But that he's past his
He
prime.
was
He was there when
shell of
UFC
himself.
1 was out, bro.
He was a shell of himself. He beat him for a title shot. Yeah, Bilal Muhammad beat Gilbert Burns and all these guys. And
He was getting fed killers till he got that title shot,
That's what I'm saying.
which makes him a
The
good
GOAT.
champion.
Exactly.
There you
But
go.
people just like to talk shit. People just like to do some dumb shit. Anyway, today's episode is about what defines what defines a champion.
What defines a champion or UFC champion, whatever.
Yeah,
it
like
should be.
anyway, in any organization.
What defines a champion in combat sports?
Yeah. What do you
So
think?
for me, there's two stages. There's stages where the first stage where you have to beat the champion to become the champion. You have to work hard like the champion. You have to fight the champion to end up winning against the champion. That's that first part done. Now the thing is, bro, Sprite, just do it quick, innit? Now the second stage is whether you stay the champion and whether you continue to like show people why you're the champion, because aka Conor McGregor was the first double champ. Did he defend any of those belts? No. That's why I think he was a bad champion. You have to finish once you get that first stage done, you have to continue with the second stage before you're actually a full-time champion, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
That's
in my opinion,
Pantoja, a real champion.
I feel like, in my opinion,
All these guys, real
right,
champions.
Matt Hughes said it the best.
Mm-hmm.
He said,
Matt Hughes is the
becoming
guy.
a champion
Yeah,
doesn't mean you're the champion. Defending
Exactly.
your belt means you're a
means
champion.
you're a champion because
In my opinion, if you're a champion, you have to defend your belts.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Coming up to Conor McGregor, for example, this guy never defended his belt in Cage Warriors.
Cage Warriors,
Or
and he was
UFC.
double champion both Cage Warriors and UFC. Didn't defend either of those,
He didn't defend none
and
of
he
them.
got fed those championship fights.
Yeah, let's be honest. Like
because he was a industry plant.
like he was a plant, bro.
he
Like the
was-
strikers.
they
Don't
loved
get me
him.
wrong, Conor McGregor. Not the current Conor McGregor, because he's on some whole different level type of shit.
He's on.
But the
next
Conor
level.
McGregor that was coming up,
The Conor McGregor that doesn't like partying because it was weakness for the soul. The Conor McGregor that. Who the fuck is that guy?
Conor McGregor.
That
He
Conor
was
McGregor
hungry.
where he.
I feel like ever since he fought Mayweather, he lost his.
Because Mayweather gave him that big check, bro.
He lost that hunger. He wasn't the same after.
Yeah, if he
Imagine
saw the
coming
money-
back to UFC, right? You're fighting Khabib, right? And you're drinking on the week of the fight.
Khabib, especially Khabib, someone who's like.
And the
you
amount
gotta
of
be
bullshit that he
disciplined.
did, the amount of like trash talk you've done to his.
Khabib took
family.
his soul,
Yeah, he really
and
did.
he still feels it to this day.
Yeah,
He still feels that pain.
he still cries about that. We're gonna talk about that in a sec, but
Oh,
So
forget
yeah,
the
I
Conor.
think, like, in
Enough
my-
with the Conor slander.
Oh no, there's definitely more coming.
There's more coming though. There's more coming.
Because we're gonna do a segment at the very end of the show called Basic Take of the Week. Because apparently some of you guys think we do basic take. So hey, let's do Basic Take of the Week.
Let's do that.
So what
rage bait, pure rage bait.
Fact bait, in my opinion.
They don't accept it.
In my opinion, yeah, like what defines a champion, in the way I see it, is obviously one, like you said, you have to beat the champion, and anyone can beat the champion. In my opinion, if you're fighting at that level, any champion can have an off night.
Exactly. What if?
But let's say you're the champion and you've defended multiple times. Everyone knows your style. Everyone knows what to do against you. So you being the champion and having to defend it multiple times.
Exactly.
Fighting new person every time, and everyone's fighting you. Yeah, they've got you figured out in a sense. They know what they're facing.
They're all like
they've studied you.
They've studied you because you're the person that's leading in their group.
Exactly.
They
so that's
keep
why
their intentions on beating you, but everyone else is just like a stepping stone. But the main thing they go for is you.
Because when they fight contenders, like you're fighting that one guy to get, like you said, stepping stone, to get to the champion. Now the champion, for example, you've been there. Like for example, like Islam Makhachev.
Yes.
He's been there. He's got what, the record for lightweight title defenses? 5 title defenses.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, no one's done that now. No one's done that.
Like, obviously, everyone fights him. They know what to expect. Well, with him, obviously, you got the striking and the wrestling, and him being a champion and defending multiple times.
That's a champion.
In my opinion, that's what makes the great champion.
That's a champion. That's a proper champion.
Me personally, I don't really care about the champ status.
Yeah, no.
Because the only reason it became a thing because of Conor McGregor. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's be honest. And even that was gifted to him. They used Khabib to promote that fight, and then boom, they gave it to McGregor.
What?
They gave it to McGregor because Khabib was supposed to fight Eddie
yeah.
Alvarez.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And that's why, like, being a double champ, yes, it makes your case. Yes, it's a legacy thing if you have 2 belts.
But look, wouldn't they look more to wouldn't they think Conor is like one of the greatest of all times if he defended those 2 belts?
Yeah,
if he just defended them twice,
let's say you defend it
once,
like in featherweight, then you've got I defended the belt.
Exactly.
It's like anyone could come in and say, all right, this is mine now. And then, it's mine. And then if no one fights you for it.
Exactly.
And then you leave it and go, are you really the champion? So that's why I think, in my opinion.
Because look, let's say, obviously the first stage, anyone can do the first stage in the contenders, any of the contenders could do it. Because luck can be, not luck, but they can catch the champion of they can catch the champion with like a shot that ends the whole night.
Like Topuria versus Volkanovski.
Exactly. No, that was not luck.
Topuria versus Volkanovski.
That was not luck. I can't lie. Topuria sent him to another world. And with Max Holloway.
Here's another thing I want to talk to you
about. But see, Topuria's a champion.
Yeah,
he's a champion.
He's GOAT, but he's getting dog walked by Islam. Here's another thing I want to talk to you about. Right.
Conversation.
Now I've said this for years, right? Because in the MMA Twitter, I'm quite active on that.
Oh yeah.
Right. Before Islam fought Volk, everyone and their grandmother was saying Volk was gonna beat Islam.
Oh, I don't
Volk was gonna beat Islam.
I don't know what came into their mind.
Hear me out. Everyone said Volk was gonna beat Islam. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole narrative was Volk is the best. He's gonna beat Islam.
Exactly.
When Islam beat him,
he's a featherweight.
No, it was a robbery.
It was a robbery.
I watched that fight 3 or 4 times with no commentary. Islam won that fight.
Exactly.
Okay. The second time, it was still, no one said he's a featherweight. He's a featherweight, or he's a short guy, or he's in a different weight class. Islam is a weight bully. Yeah. No one said none of that. But when Islam knocked him out, all of a sudden, why is Islam not defending against lightweights?
Yeah, he came in 14-day notice, and he
was it 10 days or 14 days? I think.
14 days. Yeah.
His only defenses are against short notices.
Short notices.
Like, bro, you're failing to understand, right? Islam was supposed to fight RDA pulled out. He was supposed to fight Benil Dariush pulled out. He was supposed to fight Charles Oliveira pulled out. So it's not his fault.
That was embarrassing.
Islam could easily do a John Jones and say, because John Jones was supposed to fight Chael Sonnen. Something happened. John Jones said, "Nah, I'm good."
Chael Sonnen is the GOAT.
Islam Makhachev was like, I don't care.
Chael Sonnen is the only person with a 50-0 record.
The GOAT. I don't care. Like, this is what I'm saying, right? This whole narrative of it. Do you know what they're saying now?
What?
Islam Makhachev said in an interview, he was like, I don't want to fight Topuria because Topuria has to fight in these contenders in his weight class.
Exactly. Then it makes sense. Then he's a
which is
lightweight.
valid, right? Now, everyone's like, oh, Islam is scared of Topuria.
No, what? Because they.
I'm gonna say this now. It's gonna happen, and I hope it happens. I'm gonna predict it right now. Islam Makhachev will beat Topuria, and I swear to God, everyone's gonna say, "Well, yeah, why is he fighting featherweights?"
He beat up another featherweight.
No one's gonna say he beat up Ilya Topuria, who knocked out Max Holloway, who knocked out Volkanovski, who beat the dog shit out of Josh Emmett. Oof. No one's gonna say none of that.
Josh Emmett.
But everyone's gonna talk about, oh, he beat some featherweight. This is why I don't agree with. This is why I think.
That's why if Ilya Topuria does want to fight Islam Makhachev, at least go in.
Mufsa, he's got to fight Mufsa.
Either fight Mufsa and then go up, or fight. Because Mufsa deserves the title shot. He deserves the title
100%,
shot.
100%.
The fanatic that he put with Aljamain Sterling, that was beautiful.
That was beautiful. If you haven't seen that fight, Aljamain
fight.
Sterling versus Mufsa, watch that fight.
Watch that fight, yeah. And
the scrambles were beautiful.
that was, oh bro, that made grappling for these casuals look fun.
Yes, casuals. Casuals.
Yeah, casuals don't understand grappling.
Casuals don't understand.
That's why they hate.
Why are they wrestling?
Why are they wrestling in
go
MMA?
Don't get pissed off when I say this. If you don't like to watch, people watch mixed martial arts. But they hate the fact that they mix the martial arts.
Mix the martial arts, exactly, bro. That's bullshit.
Like, watch one championship because they've got some great fights.
They got some great
Muay
fights,
Thai, K1.
They mix it up.
Bro.
They put K1 fights with
MMA fights. They do jiu-jitsu fights.
Jiu-jitsu fights.
Like,
watch one championship. But if you're trying to watch MMA, then watch MMA and don't complain.
Especially if you've got like someone who's a wrestler who does what he's been doing all his life. Exactly. And you expect him to stand and bang against the strike.
Someone who stands and bang as well, bro. Like, bro,
this is what it annoys me.
The guy, if you can't handle the grappling, just go watch kickboxing. Go watch stand-up fights. Why are you watching a thing that you know is gonna mix in a takedown or something like that? You know what I mean?
Casuals. Straight up casuals. So
people like Fetra, all these guys.
Fetra, he's sat behind the camera. Yeah. Say hi, what's up?
Yo. Yeah,
that's Fetra. Yo.
That's Fetra. Yeah, so.
This is why I think Islam Makhachev fighting Ilya Topuria doesn't do anything for him. He doesn't gain anything.
If he does fight Movsa, then he can go up. I'd say he goes up.
Now,
but if you want to fight Islam Makhachev and you're not going to fight Movsa, go up, fight Charles Oliveira.
Yeah, I was about to say that. If you go up to lightweight and you beat Charles Oliveira or Dustin Poirier or...
No, Charles Oliveira.
Anyone from the top 5.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And in a spectacular fashion, then obviously... Then we could talk about Islam versus Topuria.
Yeah, exactly.
But right now, it doesn't do anything for Topuria.
And he's a featherweight that
walks
around quite heavy. He walks around 192, bro.
Yeah, he's a big featherweight. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why... Like, I saw this
just
thing
go up
on
to
Twitter,
lightweight.
right? I saw this thing on Twitter where Islam said that. He said, Topuria's got to clear the division. And some waste man replied to the comment. He was like, Islam has fought, what was it? He was like, he's got 4 title defenses and 2 of them were against featherweights. Again. Alexander Volkanovski and Ilya Topuria, Alexander Volkanovski twice.
Yeah.
Featherweight. So we're not naming Volk.
Oh yeah,
the disrespect,
exactly, bro.
The disrespect is ridiculous.
Volkanovski, bro, he's probably one of the greatest featherweights ever.
If he retires
now,
I agree. But at the moment, if we're talking overall, I still think Aldo,
okay, maybe.
I still think
Aldo is still fighting, and he lost to.
I don't even. Just don't bring up that fight.
Okay, carry on. Let's go.
You know what? I really think Mario Bautista has a chance of beating Alex Pereira. I hope that fight happens.
I hope Mario Bautista
Speaking of Alex Pereira,
give him John Jones.
Speaking of Alex Pereira,
yes, he's a champion.
He's fighting Ankalaev. It's confirmed.
Yes.
Did you see the poster?
I've seen it all.
I like the poster. It was a nice design.
So now
graphic designer. I like the poster. Anyway,
Okay. Okay, now we're talking about Alex Pereira. Let's see how if Ankalaev beats Alex Pereira, does that make him a champion? Like, does that make Ankalaev obviously it makes him the champion because he has the belt.
Well, yeah, then he's got to defend. I'm thinking he's gonna.
He will defend. He will defend.
No, he's gonna defend against Pereira.
Probably, yeah.
They're gonna give him a rematch.
They're gonna give him a rematch,
'Cause
and if he
it's gonna
beats
be a big
Pereira
fight.
again, then that means he's the qualified, like the proper
Then
champion for
he's-
that weight division.
Yeah, 100%.
The champion that was meant to be. That's the same. And the thing is, I don't know why they didn't push that fight faster. I don't know why they gave Yuri a rematch.
Yeah, because thingy, I don't know. I might be wrong on this one, but Alex didn't want to fight that close.
The thing is, we're not realizing that Ankalaev is fighting him in Ramadan. You know that.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Ramadan is the month, like basically for us Muslims, we're fasting.
Yeah. So Ankalaev has to be fasting.
Actually, I don't know if he is gonna fast.
I mean, obviously, I think he should fast.
Coming back to Bilal Muhammad was fasting when he fought. Who did he fight? Was it Sean Brady? I think.
Sean
Was it
Brady.
Sean Brady?
Sean
I think
Brady.
it was someone else. He was fasting, and he fought him.
Go.
That's for you casuals to do some research.
Do some research, casuals. Even though if he does
Waste
decisions,
Waste man. Hella haters, bro. People just be hating for no reason. People just be hating just to hate.
because it's a trend.
That's what
That's
it
what
is.
they
It's
realise.
a trend. But that fight is. I'm really looking forward to that. And Clive.
Alex Pereira, what he's done in the UFC does define him as a proper champion.
Oh, 100%.
Because what he's done is like he made Jamal Hill look like a
100%.
Look
Just
like
on
a-
activity alone.
just an activity that, like. But the thing is, are we considering that if he's a which weight division is he more of a champion in?
Light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight.
100%.
Yeah. So when he was in middleweight, what did he do? Just beat the champion. And he lost it again.
What, in terms of belt?
In middleweight.
Yeah, he just beat.
So-
Easy and lost it straight.
Alex Pereira in middleweight only passed that first stage for me.
Yeah.
He beat Adesanya. And what did Adesanya do in the next fight? Knock him
second
out.
fight,
Exactly.
yeah.
So
He
wasn't
was
the
doing it to
middleweight.
Adesanya in the second fight. We just got caught.
Yeah. So for me, he wasn't the proper middleweight champion. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
he would have beat a lot of. Drakus is a good middleweight. champion.
Drake, bro.
Bro.
Let's move on.
He's a good middleweight champion.
Drakus Duplessis.
He also defended his belt a lot
Bro, you know what? Yeah,
Strickland twice.
I think right.
and submitted Adesanya.
Drakus is.
He's underrated. I can't lie.
He's
He's
low
underrated.
key. He's like growing on me, bro. This guy, I used to like just think, oh, he's just some. I think like he was like an amateur elite fighter,
Yeah.
but bro went toe to toe 5 rounds against
Against
Sean
Sean
Strickland and didn't initiate that one takedown. It was just there.
was
He
just
just
there,
done it.
yeah.
It was like
Jab teep.
flow,
He went
the-
against jab
everything.
teep.
And he got back up though,
Yeah.
but he beat the shit out of Sean Strickland. Broke his nose in the 4th
Did
round.
you see that punch where he knocked it?
But
knocked that
overhand,
nose?
pow, broke it,
It
blood
moved his
gushing.
nose from here to here.
Sean Strickland realized he wasn't made for this.
No.
Sean Strickland, he's another guy.
That's another guy.
You know what? Sean Strickland.
Okay, wait. We're not talking about how boring Sean Strickland is.
What are we talking about then?
We're talking about we need to talk about that. We need to talk how boring he is, and we're comparing like we're saying Bilal's boring, but then we're saying people like Strickland are entertaining.
Sean Strickland would say he will fight to the death just to throw
Against
17,000 jabs followed by 567 teeps.
Jab teep
For
merchant.
5 rounds.
He's a jab teep merchant.
And then he won. And then
Rage bait.
he spars like he's in a battle
He spars like he's in battle against people that don't even flip in
fight.
fight.
And even then you couldn't drop them.
And
Sneeko.
Sneeko couldn't. If you can't drop Sneeko,
Something's wrong with you.
oh my days, man. And
But yeah,
Sneeko,
that's
did-
why.
But like that's a dickhead move to do as well. If you like, obviously another thing that defines a champion is your character.
100%.
And do you think Strickland had a good character? Clearly not. With how he was with Strickland.
This
I'm
is
sorry,
why.
with Sneeko. Sorry.
Like in my opinion, if I had to like rank the champions in order,
GSP is one of the
I would
best champions.
put George St Pierre as number one.
Number one, and then
Because
Demetrius
inside and outside
Johnson.
of the octagon,
Exactly.
champion.
Exactly. You become the organization's champion, and you also become the people's champion.
100%.
The people love you.
And then
when you
close second, in my opinion, obviously you got Demetrius
Demetrius
Johnson.
obviously, that has to be.
And
the
then I
second choice.
put Khabib.
Khabib was a good champion too.
Because in my opinion, if
And by the way,
my personal favorite champion is Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
Because obviously inside the octagon, you know, when he's inside the octagon, see what I did there? Inside the octagon.
Right there.
So inside the octagon, obviously, you know, you're a fighter. Do you know what I mean? You fight, and then as soon as the fight's over, the respect that he showed to his opponents
Exactly.
before and after the fights.
And after the fights.
Obviously, we're not going to count the Conor McGregor fight.
Conor McGregor deserves all of that, though.
We're not going to. We're going to talk about that in a second. But all the previous fights, great champion. Outside of the Octagon, obviously everyone knows how he carried himself. Like I've seen Josh Thompson. I used to train with him. One time he was like, I had this friend of mine. He had there was something wrong with him, and then he asked if Khabib could take a picture with him. Bro didn't even question it. He was like, "Safe where? Tell me where, and I'll drive there."
Exactly.
And then in the event, the recent event which had Usman versus Paul Hughes, Renzo Gracie walked over to him. He was like, "Oh, there's a kid there who wants to take a picture with you." Bro stood up from his corner, walked over just to take a picture.
Photo, yeah.
Like obviously you got some fighters because they think, oh, you know, with the big boys now we don't care, publicity and all that shit. They don't really care about this sort of stuff. Khabib, in my opinion, that's why he's humble. He's his humbleness, his character. That's why I think makes him.
Why do
and
people?
he's a good role model as well.
There you go. I agree. Yeah.
For fighters,
why do people call Muhammad Ali the greatest champion, the greatest of all time?
Yeah, it's obviously.
Not only was he a very good fighter, I know they don't call him the greatest of all time of boxing because obviously there's people with better records than him and he's done more than him. But what he done outside of the ring, that made it contrast with what he does inside the ring. He's beaten one of these, like, all these good guys, like, these big names.
Bro, George Foreman.
These big names, bro.
When he fought George Foreman, right? George Foreman was... He had a touch of death.
There you go.
He would touch people and knock them out.
That's why Muhammad Ali...
Even George Foreman said in an interview, he was like, I hit Muhammad Ali with some of my hardest shots. And he was like, is that all you got?
Exactly.
He was like, George Foreman was like, I didn't even want to be there.
And that makes him like, bro, that's a championship, that's like a champion mentality. That's a champion mentality as a fighter inside the ring. And even outside the ring, he's a champion for the people. Like he makes he stands up for his own people. He ended up...
And he's just a good role model overall for anyone.
He was meant to go to he was meant to go to the Vietnam War, but he didn't.
They were like, "Why are you gonna let me kill innocent people?"
Because of the people that are higher. He set a standard for for people like us.
Like anyone could look up to Muhammad Ali. Doesn't matter if you're a boxer.
He's someone with no haters.
There's always haters, bro.
Always little.
It doesn't matter if you're a boxer, if you're a karate practitioner, if you're a teacher, if you're a doctor, anyone, people just look up to him. It's just how he carried himself. Coming up to what you mentioned earlier about record.
Yeah.
Like records. I want to ask you a question. Do you think records matter? In professional fighting?
I'd say so too. I'd say it does matter.
In what sense? Like,
it matters because, like, obviously you're meant to lose and you're meant to win. But then if you've got someone that's winning and not losing, only wins, and they're not losing, and they're beating like good people, they're not beating these little cans. Then obviously people would prefer him over someone that has lost. But losing makes you human. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, it depends on the fighter.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Because you've got some fighters with records, like, prime example, like Michael Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Michael Johnson.
He's weird.
Michael Johnson is the type of guy to knock out Dustin Poirier and then lose to
a taxi driver,
unranked fighter.
Bro.
That's why it means like records, in my opinion. Like,
innit?
Some fighters that just have it. Some fighters that just.
I don't get why it's like that. Why is he like that?
I don't know, bro.
Did you see what he done to? I think it was Justin Gaethje.
Oh, that was a great fight.
That was a lovely fight, and
that was a great fight. Justin Gaethje just said, "All right, we're just gonna stand and bang." Like,
yeah, that was a lovely fight. And Michael Johnson, fastest hands.
He's got fast hands.
Hands.
I think he's the only person to hurt Khabib.
Yeah.
That connected flush.
But then Khabib took him down.
Oh yeah, Khabib. Obviously, it's Khabib, bro. But I think he's the only person.
See, another thing that makes you a champion, defines you as a champion, is because he kept with the same style from when he first started fighting. When he first started fighting, all the fights that he's had is similar. That it shows that his style that made him champion is unbreakable, which keeps him as the champion.
Yeah, everyone
And
knew what to expect.
his last three title defenses made them look easy. Made Justin Gaethje look easy. Justin Poirier look easy.
Justin Gaethje gassed out in the end of the first round.
In the end of the first round, and he's someone that will stand and bang till the end of the fight.
Because when I watched that fight, if you watch Justin Gaethje's fights, right?
Yeah.
He either goes forward or he goes backwards in a straight line.
In a straight line.
When you fought Khabib, if you watch that fight closely, Khabib was making him walk in circles. Now
that whole fight, he was
if you're not
like that.
Yeah, he was going in circles. Now if you're not used to, let's say like, he knows how to wrestle. I know how to wrestle. He knows how to strike. I know how to strike. Obviously, he's a better striker than me. I want to make that very clear. Right? Now, let's say his element is striking and my element is wrestling, but he knows how to wrestle. If I take him out of his element, he's going to gas out quick.
Quicker.
Quick.
Much quicker.
That's what Khabib did. If you watch that fight, Khabib made Justin Gaethje walk in circles.
We're not forgetting.
He gassed out, bro.
We're not forgetting that Justin Gaethje is also a wrestler.
He's also a wrestler,
Yeah.
but he made him do something he wasn't used to. That's what just shows the fight IQ. That's what shows if everyone knows
That's why he's
how
the
you
champion.
fight, if everyone knows what you're gonna do, and everyone literally knew what Khabib was gonna do to you if he fought you. He was gonna walk you down, he was gonna take you down, and he was gonna beat you up from the second he grabbed you. You're getting beaten up.
Beaten up, exactly. And
Until you give up. And he walks, he tells you, brother, you have to give up. I'm gonna add the clip. You have to give up. You know this episode.
has anyone
Like you guys heard it. You have to give up. You have to give up
against Michael Johnson again?
Like,
But then they can't stop it. They can't stop that fight, even though they spend a whole fight camp training for that style of fight, and they
it's
end
just
up
a different caliber, bro.
not being able to handle it. That's what makes a champion.
Yeah.
That's what makes a champion. And people are saying, "Oh, but Khabib fought 50. His first 15 fights were nobodies." Okay, but then the somebodies. What did he do to the somebodies?
Bro, no. Even with that, every time someone says they're nobodies, if you guys actually take the time and actually research those guys, what they were outside of MMA, they were legit. Like outside of MMA,
What on the sambo?
like in the sambo scene and that. People just like to talk shit, bro. People just like to discredit the
They hate
fact
the
that
fact
Khabib beat
Conor
the
McGregor.
dog shit out of your favorite fighter. The dog
And
shit.
guess what? If your favorite fighter is Conor McGregor, you're a casual.
You're a casual. I
You're
don't
a
care what
casual.
anyone says.
If your favorite MMA fighter is Conor McGregor, casual alert, holy casual, get gone, mate. Honestly.
Get gone. Leave. They already type it in the comment section.
Let's do a podcast that we meant.
I swear to God, people
Trust
just
me.
like to talk shit. Conor McGregor. But speaking of Conor McGregor,
Yeah.
his downfall needs to be studied.
Oh my days.
It needs to be studied, bro.
How do you get knocked out twice by Dustin Poirier?
Knocked out twice.
No,
beaten
that
up.
knockout was dirty, man.
The second
The
fight.
first one, no, the first
He just
one.
and he went like this and he went out. Boom!
And he's sleeping like this.
He was like,
He was fully like his hand was here.
literally,
And
that's
he,
right.
as if you, do you know when you man go sleep and you just put your hand there?
And he beat
That
him
was
up.
him.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
his
Like,
face was done up.
like Conor McGregor,
And then
I
on the
think,
second
like,
fight, he was still getting dog walked.
he was getting beaten up, and then that his leg broke. He
broke.
was getting beaten up. Let's be honest, he was getting beaten. Conor McGregor.
I think Michael Chandler would have beat him as well.
Who?
Michael Chandler would have beat Conor.
I don't know. He might have.
Michael Chandler would have beat Conor.
He probably would
End
have.
of conversation.
He probably
in my
would have.
opinion.
That's why
Yeah.
Conor didn't fight him, because everything was set for that fight to happen, and it didn't happen.
Why? Why did it not happen?
Because Conor McGregor, bro, he's the undefeated, undisputed Twitter lightweight champion
As Khabib said
on Twitter.
on Twitter, he's a champion
On Twitter.
on Twitter. So he's the champion of having.
That's
And
what I'm saying. He just likes to talk shit.
he's a champion where obviously his characteristics
All right.
doesn't make him.
We're
a good
coming up to
champion.
the last minute of the fight. I know we're gonna say 10 minutes, but the last minute.
Oh yeah, the last minute.
Basic take of the week.
Go on, drop it if you've got one.
John
John Jones
Jones.
is the greatest of all time.
John Jones can never be the greatest of all time because he tested positive for PEDs.
Done. That's it. He's not the GOAT.
He's not the GOAT. You can't. He cannot be the GOAT.
Unless-
You can't be the best if you've tested positive for cheating.
In a sport where cheating could be detrimental, you do it the most, you are not the best.
That's like saying, like, let's say you die, right? And then you're in the gates between heaven and hell, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, God, can you please let me go to heaven? I'd be like, yeah, no, but I've killed a bunch of people, but it's fine. I've committed murder. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to heaven.
You're not.
That's the best analogy that I could come up with. If you've cheated,
DC, if you was a bit younger and if you went on PEDs, would have sent you to another realm. End of conversation.
that's what I'm saying. You cannot be the GOAT if you've tested positive for performance enhancing drugs. End of story.
That's how we end.
And for you casuals, right?
Hey.
If you got a problem, you're just a waste man, innit?
If you got a real problem,
no, don't give the address out.
man's here every Friday, innit? Let's find out where I am.
No, relax. But yeah, anyway, I doubt these man.
That's how we end a live.
People are still gonna talk shit.
That's how we end a.
You know what? On a side note, any comments you guys leave, just, you know what I mean. If you guys wanna hate,
our supporters, we love you a lot. The people that support
100%.
us, we appreciate you a lot.
100%.
But
if you're supporting, we appreciate that. But that giveaway, I'm definitely gonna do it. Obviously, once we hit a certain if we hit I don't know, 100 subscribers or maybe 200 subscribers, I might give out a fair
100 subscribers and probably 200 followers on Instagram.
Yeah,
Let's do something like that. We'll do something like that. Okay.
Anyway,
thank you guys
for
for
showing
tuning in. Please, we appreciate you guys and have a great day.
Yes, we might do a breakdown of next week's cards, or we might not actually. No, fuck it. Anyway, cheers.